As part of my practicum for online teaching and instructional design, I have designed a blended English language arts. I'm going to be implementing this plan at Newton Conover Middle School this academic year. And this is a presentation of what I have come up with thus far. So I created an online course syllabus using PictoChart. I created this image and I then exported it and imported it into ThingLink. Using ThingLink, I then created videos and embedded them throughout the course syllabus and put them on the Canvas course. In a moment, you'll see what that looks like and the activity I have planned for students to do along with the interactive course syllabus. So this is the weekly schedule that I plan to use once the school year starts. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be reserved for guided reading groups and station rotations. My school is moving, the middle school I work at is moving towards a guided reading model. And with my elementary background, I am familiar with this and I'm not as nervous about it as other teachers are. So I'm going to go ahead and implement it right away, starting the first week of school. And so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, students will be in either meeting with me or in one of the three stations that I have designed for the classroom. On Thursday, students will take a short assessment. That will either be 10 questions or longer, but the shortest one would be 10 questions. And then on Friday, um, we will do Media Center Day and what I need, and I'll explain in just a moment what I need is. In further detail, this is how the individual class periods will be split up. So the class periods are 80 minutes long. Each day will start out with a group read aloud for 10 minutes. And the reason I decided to do this is because I am very aware that not all students who come to me in the sixth grade will be at a sixth grade reading level. So this is my way of exposing them to those novels and that literature that is on sixth grade reading level. So every single day that students come into my classroom for the first 10 minutes, we will just do a group read aloud where I'll be reading or I will ask other students to read out loud. But for the most part, I plan to do most of the reading. Then for 60 minutes, we will transition into our station rotations and guided reading groups. Um, and I will show you in just a moment what that schedule looks like and what students will follow. In the last 10 minutes, I call whole group instruction, but those 10 minutes could be part of the station rotation depending on how much time the students need. If not, those 10 minutes will be used for things like classroom announcements or answering questions or homework, whatever the day-to-day maintenance is for the classroom. So this schedule is for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Thursday, when we have our assessment, I plan to use the first 10 minutes for group read aloud, 30 to 45 minutes on assessment. That is tentative. Um, I am I'm I'm going to allow students to take as much time as they need for the assessment, but uh, in this presentation, I say that only about 30-45 minutes of it will be used for the assessment because then the other 25 to 40 minutes is going to be used on homework check and what I need. And the what I need time is for students to finish the assignments and the activities within the station rotations plan. As you will see in just a moment, whenever I show you the station template, there's going to be some students who have more time to complete an activity than others, depending on when they meet with me for guided reading. So I have allotted them this time for them to then go back to that station or that activity that they did not quite finish and give them time to do that and ask me questions. This is also another time I hope to use to conference with students and to really meet them at their needs and meet with them one-on-one. on what they need to go over and what I need to discuss with them. And finally, the Media Center day. So again, start off with a 10-minute read aloud, Media Center for 30 minutes, and there's a very structured time. So students in my classroom will be expected to read independently. So this is a time where they could check out a book, they can conference with me, or they can work on their readers' responses. Um, so in just a moment, I'll show you what the reader's responses look like. And those 30 minutes in the Media Center, students are doing one of those three things. When we come back, I have given them more wind time for them to complete the homework or any of the reader's responses that they have. Now in this 40 minutes, I can also use to do mini lessons, and actually in my pacing, I do have time for mini lessons on Fridays whenever we go to the media center. Um, in that 40-minute win time. Of course, it won't not all 40 minutes will be the mini lesson, but it gives me time to then go back and do that. So this is a station template plan. Um, I have 3 stations, and then one of them is the guided reading groups. My blue group is the lowest group. I did not want to use red because this past year I did pick up that some students they knew that red meant the lowest group, so I didn't want to discriminate anyone. I didn't want to segregate anyone, and so I just thought that blue, yellow, and green would be the safest way out, and plus it matches with my classroom theme colors. So the blue group will meet with me for the first 25 minutes of guided reading time. My middle group, which is the yellow group, will meet with me for twice during the rotation. My green group, who is the highest group, will meet with me once. The station rotation is 60 minutes, and this gives me 10 minutes in between to go check up on the independent station, collaborative station, and technology station. And as you can see, they will go to each station once every week. The station rotation plan, on week 1 in the independent station, they'll be doing independent read and reader's responses. Then on week 2, they'll have a writing assignment. And then they'll go back to doing independent reading and reader's responses and back to the writing assignment. Dr. Linton brought up a good point this semester in that I don't have to make up a new activity every single week that they go into a station. And by allowing them to come back to those writing assignments and that independent reading, after a while it will just be second nature to them. So I won't have to worry about giving instructions and waiting for them to read the instructions, and they can just focus on the actual content of it. For collaborative station, the first week will be a context clue activity. The second week will be a common lit or ReadWorks article. The third week, they're going to go back to these writing assignments that they did in their writing notebooks, and they're going to peer edit and rewrite. And then fourth week, I have here tentatively Reader's Theater. That might change in the future. And for technology station, which is what I'm going to show you, and this is how I made it blended. The first week there in technology station is going to be teacher read aloud video and activities, then ed side assignment, and they go back to those 2. As you can see here, I'm going to rotate between literature type. So the first week is going to be short stories, the second week is going to be informational text, and third week is going to be poetry, and they repeat after that. Some of the resources I used was a book that Dr. Linton gave me. It was called Teaching Reading in Middle School, A Strategic Approach to Teaching Reading That Improves Comprehension and Thinking by Laura Robb. And it really, really helped me in solidifying my station rotations and what I was going to teach in that guided reading group. So now I will show you what the Canvas course looks like that I created for this. I still have not finished with this course, and I am planning to be working on it throughout the year. But this is what the Canvas course looks like for the technology station. Every week, every time they go into the technology station, they'll go into their announcement, and there'll be an announcement of what they have to do week 1, week 2, week 3, and I'll be making videos throughout explaining to them step by step their assignment. The syllabus, and this is what I was talking about whenever I do the interactive syllabus, this was done using ThingLink. As you can see, if I hover over these markers, there's links and there's videos here. Yes, so there's one video that I made. Um, and so that way, if parents have a question about something on the course syllabus, they can actually watch the videos of me explaining it. Here's what I wanted you to see. So in the orientation module, they have to go through this where they do a meet and greet. They tell me a little bit about themselves. And this will be done on the first week. So meet and greet, they learn about me, I learn about them. Course syllabus, classroom rules and expectations, course navigation, and then a little quiz at the end just to make sure they got it. Um, here's what I was really wanting everyone to see. So every week they'll have a literary analysis, whether that be plot or characters or figurative language, whatever. They have their learning goals, and then they have a blend space. So within the blend space, I have given them the instructions. There's a video of me actually giving them the instruction. It's no more than 10 minutes, and they will have guided notes to write in their notebooks as they are going through that. Then they will have a reading. And that reading will be something from sixth grade level literature book. And then they will take the quiz on that reading just for comprehension's sake. When they go back for week one, you will see here week one assignment. And I have tiered those assignments for the blue group, yellow group, and green group. So each one of them is based on individual student needs. Now I do know that I may have to go back and change these in the future. And if I go back, you will see that for quarter one, I have week one, week two, and like I said, here's the EdSite tutorials. I have not added the assignments for EdSite because, like I said, I do not know my students yet, and I want to go back and make sure I have the right assignments for that. So here's one for tone and figurative language, Abuelito Who, um, and here's one for poetry. It's still very much in the works. It's not complete, and I know that I'm gonna have to go back and tweak some things, and it's not gonna be perfect the first time. But I've really worked hard this summer, and it's been fun, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it and planning for my classroom, and I can't wait to meet my students.